Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Louis, and today we're going to be doing a review of the Alu-cab LT-50. I have it up here on my truck, all opened up, and today all we're going to be doing is just going over the pros and cons of this rooftop tent. So let's get started. Alright guys, so as you see here, this is the Alu-cab LT-50. It weighs exactly 111 pounds based on the website. It is 101 pounds without the mattress that's in there. This right here does not come with the tent, so you do have to get the ladder separately. And we're gonna walk up there and I'm gonna kind of show you what's in here. So I have in here, as you see, I've kept my pillow as well as my sleeping bag in here. Not a whole lot of room up here. It's going to be really tight with two people, but it can fit two people. It's just going to be really snug and not a whole lot of area as far as where to put anything down. This right here is the shoe bag. Now this right here does not come with the rooftop tent. You do have to get that separately as well. There are no pockets inside, although they do have these straps here that you are able to put a pocket that I believe Alu-cab just started selling very recently, and so you can put your phones in there, keys, flashlights, stuff like that, knives, anything that goes into your pocket. Kind of just keep it in one place. Not a whole lot of space really, even as far as the height goes. This is maxed out. It doesn't go any further than this. As you see, it's fully maxed out. It doesn't come with a rainfly, but however, this is really high quality. Alu-cab does make really good quality material for the rooftop tents. One of the things that I really enjoyed while I was out there in the Rubicon Trail this past August when it rained on us is the fact that I didn't get wet at all. And this thing is very great material. Again, not a whole lot of room. For somebody who is probably over 6 feet, this is not going to be pleasant, although you could kind of position yourself in a way where you're going from this end to that end over there. That way you can maximize the space for your feet. I haven't tried sleeping that way, but maybe that will work too, trying to sleep, although I could kind of see how that could be annoying. Maybe stick your feet out if you kind of run out of space. But it definitely is tight. However, the good news about this rooftop tent is what I mentioned earlier, which is 111 pounds with the mattress, as you see down here. Kind of see if I can pull it up for you, but that's the thickness of it. Let's see if I can use a little bit better here. The sample. There. So there is some thickness to it. It's not too bad. Didn't hurt my back too much. Also, one thing to note is if you are a side sleeper, even though you are over 6 feet tall, this still works pretty good. Again, as you see there, that's not too tight. And I'm going to take out my measuring tape here in a little bit to kind of measure out some things. Okay. Alright, so I had the tape measuring out here, and I do see it at 44 inches. It came off now, but believe me, I had that position there hanging on, and it is about 44 inches. So that is how wide it is inside here, and that is measuring exactly how wide it is from that end to this end when it comes to the mattress. It's about 44 inches. You know, more or less. You know, I know somebody gave me hell about the exact measurements last time, but I can assure you that this is pretty close to 44 inches, side to side. Okay. Now I'm going to get to the measurement of the length. Okay, that is the farthest I can go. The farthest point of that measuring tape, all the way to here, and as you see, it is about as close to 83.5. So again, not super perfect, but it is measuring at 83.5 lengthwise. So that's what you're looking at. Okay, so as you see there, my head is all the way to the corner here, and my feet are all the way down there. So you see here, I'm just kind of sitting or laying down diagonally, and that's my feet. It doesn't hit it. So I think if you're going to be one person sleeping in here, with your head all the way down here to the corner here, you know, your feet's not going to really touch. Okay, so that's with my feet up. That's straight all the way. Now a lot of people like to spread them out, or you know, kind of move around or whatever, which way. So if you're a side sleeper, it's not too bad, because you could then have plenty of room down there, you know, with my head all the way up here on the pillow. So side sleepers, not a problem. I'm trying to lay down straight here. And as you see, this is my body. So somebody next to me, and I'm almost at the edge here. Let's see if I can move a little bit more. You know, yeah, it's gonna definitely only fit two bodies. I would highly advise against anything more than that. But yeah, that's what it looks like when you're trying to sleep. But as you see there, my feet are hitting. Let me see if I can move up a little bit more. Well, that's the most I can move up, because then if I have this closed all the way, you're already hitting. So yeah, if you try to sleep straight with your feet up like that, it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit the tent, and it's kind of uncomfortable. So yeah, again, my advice is, if you're doing this and hopefully you're alone and you're over 6 feet, then you can get away with it sleeping diagonally. So that's how it's looking like. So guys, what I'm gonna attempt here is I'm gonna try to close this rooftop tent down, obviously with the bedding inside, as you see there, and the ladder. I haven't seen it anywhere online that you could keep the ladder in there. The only ones I've seen is that some people use the platform that goes on the top of the rooftop tent when you close it down. It's like a molly panel that has brackets you can attach to it to keep the ladder in place. But let's give this a try, see if it's gonna close. Okay, as you see, it's right there, and I'm gonna set my camera down so you can see me attempting to close it down. Okay. All right. Let's see if it works. It's not gonna go, guys. As advertised, you cannot keep the ladder up there. Definitely a no-go with the ladder. So there. Those of you guys that think about that, if you want to buy the Alu-cab LT-50, is that you can't keep a ladder. Sorry. So in this next segment, guys, I'm going to go ahead and try to measure the thickness of this rooftop tent. I think it's going to be around, well, as precise as I can. Okay, that is showing from top to bottom here in the back exactly 5 inches. Okay, so that is 5 inches. Now I'm going to measure here in a second how high that is right there, that platform where you're able to put a molly panel. I believe that's about 1 inch, so stand by. Here we are, and yes, that is 1 inch from top to bottom. So you add the math, 5 plus 1 equals 6. So there you have it. That's what the measurement is for the whole rooftop tent. 5 inches here, top to bottom, and then you add another inch right here, so you're looking at 6 inches total height of the rooftop tent, which is really pretty impressive. So I don't have the molly platform that you order separately, but that is where it goes, up there. I'm not sure exactly how you put one on, but I believe they go into these side panels or pockets or whatever you want to call them. I believe you slide kind of like a right here. You slide one of these bolts and then a washer and a nut to keep it in place. You do it on this side, and then you also do it on the other side. I don't have that with me because I wanted to keep everything kind of as light as possible up here. You know, trying to really keep my top from being heavy. So one of the highlights, obviously, of this rooftop tent is how quick you can set this up, as well as put it back down once you're done sleeping and camping. So just, you know, everybody has their own speed, but I'm not going to go as fast as I can. I'm just going to go with normal speed and get up there. You know, obviously depends what your platform it is that you're using. If you're using a car, if you're using an SUV, or in my case, I'm using a truck on 39s, and it's pretty high up. It's got a 3-inch lift on top of that. Let's see how fast I can open it up and set it up. You know, obviously I'm not going to include the ladder because that's another, you know, discretionary speed there. You know, it depends how fast you can really set it up, but I'm just going to set it up and show you how quick or how slow, depending on how you want to put it, I can set this up. Okay, so here we go. Like that, you're all set. Now, putting on the ladder can take a little bit of time. That's how fast you are. But let's see how fast I can set this down. Starting now. Side. And it's locked. And that's it. There you go. Presto. Left this out a little bit. Hanging out. Yeah, you're ready to go after that, man. Roll out of camp. Alright guys, now that you see my walk around and showing you some measurements as well as getting inside the tent, we're going to go over some of the pros and cons of the Alu-cab LT-50. So, I'm going to go over the cons first, and one of the major cons of this rooftop tent is it is very, very expensive. This rooftop tent retails at about $25.99, and that's not including tax and shipping. Obviously, if you're in an area where you're able to pick this up at a local shop that supplies the Alu-cab LT-50, you could definitely save a couple $100 there from shipping. But it is very expensive, obviously, at $25.99, and that is as of today. As of now, today is the day after Thanksgiving of 2023, November 24th. So essentially, that's what you're looking at. Okay. Obviously, the second con is you see me up there. I've showed it to you. It's not a whole lot of room. It's going to fit at best 2 people maximum. That is the maximum. Really, to be more comfortable, 1 person, and that's if you're over 6 feet, because you're not gonna sleep tight unless you're super skinny and you're a side sleeper. If you have 2 people like that, I think you can make it work up there. So that's another con. As you've seen, guys, I've said it in the video, it doesn't come with a ladder. the specific ladder that I bought is the one that extends farther, because I believe the one that comes with it, or the one that they recommend that that you buy, is only 7 feet, and with the lift that I have as well as the tires that I have, I'm not sure it's a really good idea if I get a 7-foot one. I don't know if I'm going to be hitting the side. I know that they do sell the extender, the extension for the ladder, so maybe that I could have considered it. But the ladder itself is also not cheap, right? So I think the ladder that they sell or recommend you buy with it, the lighter version of the ladder, is about $199. This one particularly, the one that I bought, that's over 7 feet, which is like, I think it's like about 8 feet long or more. I'm not sure exactly, but it's the longer one that's pretty standard that everybody uses for Alu-cab. Retails for about $300, $299, $300 give or take, right? So that's another con. And it doesn't come with the pockets inside, as you saw over there. It's very minimalistic. It's got the straps, but I think, you know, they could have at least added some pockets in there, you know, kind of by the roof itself or by the sides. They did make those straps on the side that they do sell separately, a pocket that you can kind of clip on it, so you can buy like 1 or 2 of them, depending on, you know, how much gadgets you have in your pocket or what you want to carry up to the tent. And the other con is obviously the shoe bag. The shoe bag is also something you have to buy separately. It is the nice shoe bag because it definitely kept my shoes dry while I was out in the Rubicon Trail. It did rain there a couple of nights, and my shoes were dry, and I kept it outside and keep it inside, so that's a good thing. Another thing to point out is it doesn't have lights. I know a lot of rooftop tents don't come with lights, but compared to something like the FSR, Go FSR, Aspen Light, theirs come with the lights. Okay, and seeing that this model just came out this year, I'm kind of surprised too that it's super minimalistic in a way where it's not modernized enough, where I know a lot of people or a lot of rooftop tents now come with provision for putting a opening so you can put the ducting of an AC or a diesel heater during the winter time. So I'm surprised there isn't one there. I know the Free Spirit Aspen Light does come with those provisions, which is the light and the holes where you can put the ducting or the hoses and the venting out your diesel heater. So again, that's another con. Also, it doesn't come with a rain fly. Now for me, I don't really need the rain fly because I'm gonna plan on getting up top on this side anyway. Maybe if I was trying to climb up through this side in the back, then it would be a little bit of a bummer that there's no rain fly over it in case it's raining, right, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a bummer. And as I showed you guys, I attempted to close the rooftop tent with the ladder inside, and you can't keep the ladder inside there. I don't know if the lighter tent would fit in there, but I tried to put the ladder as far back as possible here, so it's not like all the way to the back, and it still wouldn't close all the way. Again, that is the heavier ladder Maybe the lighter ladder works, but I highly doubt it because there's still about like a 3-inch gap there that you need to work with in order to close it all the way down, and it wouldn't budge. So yeah, that's the bummer. Let's go over the pros. Okay, obviously the first thing I have here on my list is it's very thin, right? You saw my measurements. I know a lot of them out there are about 6 inches, like the GFC one, the GFC Super Light, or whatever you want to call it. This is 6 inches. Obviously, that is very thin and low profile. So, when you're driving, basically, you're not so tippy, especially when you're off-roading, or even when you're on the road. It's not catching so much wind, so definitely not gonna hurt your MPGs as bad. I can't really tell the difference because of what I have anyway with the type of rig I have with big tires and all that, right? So definitely a pro. Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, it's very lightweight, super lightweight at 101 pounds without the mattress. Obviously, you're gonna keep the mattress in there, so you throw that in there. 111 pounds. 111 pounds is pretty light compared to the roof nest that I used to have up here, which is also very thick and heavier. Obviously, I think it was like at 165 pounds. Obviously, a drastic change. Within the weight, saving that much weight, as well as the thickness. Definitely less top heavier and less tippy. As you saw me prior to this, is how easy it is to set this up, which is really one of the selling points for a lot of the rooftop tent lovers out there, right? It's how easy you can set it up. This is the clamshell design. Pop-up. I'm sorry, not the clamshell. The clamshell is going this way, going sideways. This is the sandwich or wedge design. So easy pop-up. Struts on both sides. Once you pop them up, you're pretty much ready. You just gotta set the strap down that holds everything tight, and then you just gotta set up the ladder. Very quick and easy setup. What I also like is that it is a hard shell. It is made out of aluminum, which is strong enough. So when you're out in the trails and you have branches, twigs, stuff like that get caught up in a roof, you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I might get a little scratch here and there, obviously pinstripes, right? But you don't have to worry about it ripping through the material, and ultimately you're screwed, right? That's what's awesome about it, is just having that feeling, knowing that you come across something, like some twigs and branches, you don't have to worry about having holes on your rooftop tent. One of the other pros, not cons, pros of this is how good the quality is. As I stated, end of August I went to the Rubicon Trail, and at least a couple of those nights it was raining pretty bad, and I did not get wet whatsoever. That shows me the quality and the toughness and the ruggedness of the Alu-cab material. So definitely a pro. And last but not least, definitely great that there are provisions for you to be able to mount things on the side of the rooftop tent. So you know, you could slide in a bolt in there, and there's different types of things that you can kind of mount on the side, like, you know, an awning. I believe Alu-cab just came out with an awning specific for the LT-50. Also, I showed that there's space for you to be able to mount a molly panel. So if you wanted to keep your ladder up there, there is a molly panel that you can buy, put a bracket on it, and then mount your ladder up there. Or you can mount other things like recovery board, etc., etc. So definitely a pro. So that said, guys, those are the only pros and cons I can think of at this time. If you have any suggestions, any ideas of what could be improved or what you like about this rooftop tent, please let me know in the comments. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope this helps you make your decision if you want to get an Alu-cab LT-50 or not. Peace.